Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Grow Family call. I need a different name. I switch what I call it every time, and then I'm like, but what did I call it the last time? And it doesn't really matter because you're here and we're just so glad to have you. All right. Wow, it is month end. So, hey, if you guys have stuff that you're working on, cool, that's great. Some people have wrapped up all of their things and they're still following up. So keep your eyeballs on your messenger, all those things. Of course, if you need to quickly vamoose and go sign somebody up or help with an order or whatever, go for it. But we just still wanted to be here. We wanted to be here. Plus, we had set up so brilliantly. I mean, I'll say it's brilliant, but we so brilliantly set up two incredible speakers for tonight and a wonderful trivia master that we just couldn't not have our call. There. Yes. All right. So without further ado, I'm so excited. If you have not been here for a little while, you are in for a treat. All month long, I think, we have been doing trivia. And it has been, I don't know, you guys like it? You guys like the trivia? Yes. Sherry loves trivia. She loves games, and we're playing just for Sherry. So how this works is we have been learning through a different delivery system, and we've been doing a game. And the fun part is that if you win, I shouldn't tell you this before, because if you don't want to do it, then you won't try, but I really want you to try. I think everybody here is competitive enough that I don't need to worry about it. Amy was like downright cutthroat last week because she was like, I am going to be the quiz master next week. And that's what you win. If you win, you get to pick all of the questions for the next week, which is super fantastic. Awesome. So Amy is going to do our questions. Here's the deal. Hands are down unless you have a fork in your hand like Sharon, and that's totally fine. Just don't stab a child when you go to put your hand up. If you guys know the answer, the first hand up gets first crack at answering. So Amy is going to kick us off.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? Because I don't know what my sound is like.
You're great.
Perfect.
You
and
only look
Janelle,
better
you're keeping
than you
track
sound,
of.
but just slightly.
I need to yell louder.
No, I said you only look better than you sound, but that's just the way that it goes.
My lighting is so good tonight.
It's perfect. I love it.
Awesome. Okay. You're going to keep track of who answers which questions?
I'm doing that.
And who raises their hand first, because I can't see everybody.
You betcha.
Awesome. Okay. The first question. How many emeralds in Team Grow?
Oh, Sherry put her hand up first.
Can I name them? Team Grow, we have Janelle, we have Jimmy Lou, we have, excuse me, we have Tracy.
Three.
Woo!
Great job.
Anthony. Awesome. Okay. That was a great one to start off with, because the next one might be a little more entertaining. How many Plexus products help with mental health specifically?
You might have to define mental health, but I think that if you can support your answer, it's acceptable. How many products do we have that support mental health? Jimmy Lou.
Okay, so just trying to think this through. Okay, well, these are the things I think do, but so I'm gonna start with Slim. I think Slim's helps with mental health. Makes my mood better. Next, I'm gonna go with Vital Biome. Next, I'm gonna go with active, edge, X Factor. What is that's? Did I say like 5? I could go all day with this. I could come up with whatever I want. Mega X. What has she got there in her hand? I said Vitabiome, ProBio CA. Oh man, what has she got? Okay, I'm done.
Can I help her? Can I say one? Metaburn?
Metaburn.
Metaburn? Absolutely incredible.
There we go. Anyways, I didn't probably get it exactly right.
Oh, she phoned a friend. That's fine. I totally accept that.
It's all good. You got the best answer.
Now, Sherry, as a helper, what is the piece of Metaburn that helps with mental health?
Oh, well, ashwagandha is what comes first to my mind, but there's actually some other adaptogens in there that are really supportive.
There's L-theanine as well,
Yeah.
which helps with mental clarity.
Yeah.
5-HTP helps with weight loss, but it also helps with mental health as well. Great.
Do you
Amy,
suppose there's a reason I took extra Metaburn one day?
was there a reason you were stuck in a tin can with me hurling down the highway at, I don't really think about that. Shoot. And then the next day when we were there in a big open space, she was like, I didn't have to take nearly as much. I didn't think about it.
Can I just say one thing? I just need to say one thing. You guys, if your husbands, I'm telling you, if your husbands have not tried it yet, get them on it, because I know for my hubby, that's probably his favorite product. He loves Metaburn. So if you've been keeping it for yourself, do a little sharing.
Share Metaburn.
It's interesting.
Hmm.
I would also say the BioCleanse helps with mental health, because I'm not kidding you. So have we heard the stories about people who are constipated, like chronically constipated, who like almost end up being catatonic? Like, honestly, like I wasn't kidding when I was like, this last 2 years, the world just needs a good poo. Like, honestly. Yeah. Okay, Amy, how did we do? We're good?
Excellent. You got all of the ones that I had and more.
Perfect. I'm giving Jimmy Lou a point, and Sherry's going to get a silent point just because she doesn't want to.
Okay, this next question is pretty pointed. What product or products can cause a niacin flush? Like hot, turn red, flush.
I love that we've got the product gurus doing these. Like, honestly, you're getting good ones, right? A niacin flush. Okay, just so you guys know, if nobody knows what niacin is, it's vitamin C. Yeah, Sharon.
E, one of the B vitamins.
Isn't it a C and B?
No, it's the B vitamin. So X Factor Plus, but I've had that happen. I don't think it would be a niacin flush, but I had that happen with Slim for someone too. Yeah, with the chromium.
Yeah, chromium will do that. But it's not niacin flush, but chromium. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Sharon.
the X Factor Plus. Yeah. Yes.
Is that what you have, Amy?
Actually, active does it for me. If I have a full active, my face will turn red.
I'm still giving Sharon a point.
And so my second part of that question is, how do you help someone avoid that? They don't have to avoid the product, but how do you help them through the niacin flush piece?
Like these questions. Sharon.
This is just a guess, but go and take it with food and drink more water. Just a guess.
That'll work.
And actually for active, I really do need to only have half.
Yeah, take less.
Stepping up slowly. This is why it's really good to get people to go slow. Now I'm going to say, well, maybe not. You may find that if somebody is doing active and X factor because there's extra B vitamins in both. Yeah. Anyway, that's educational. Sharon gets another point. Good job.
Awesome. Okay, the next one is, which product or products have grape seed extract?
Amanda.
Oh, thought she was scratching.
I know the X Factor does, doesn't it? Grapeseed?
Yes.
Yep.
There's no.
I don't know any other ones.
One more. Make a guess. Just hurl a guess. It's a similar color.
Ease?
Nope. Katie. For the steal. No, just kidding. I gave you a point.
ProBio, CA, Chelsea
Probio
County.
CA. Good
Hmm,
job.
Job.
not know that.
Awesome. And
Yeah,
then,
that's one of the differences between ProBio 5 and ProBio CA. It's one of the botanical and the other extracts. ProBio 5 does not have it, and ProBio CA does.
so the next part of that question is, why is grapeseed extract a benefit?
Don't all answer at once.
Can you repeat the question? I have someone talking in my ear who wants to know about the green boxes around people.
Why is grapeseed extract a benefit?
Yes, Sharon.
Great for hormone support. Right? Yeah, it regulates estrogen.
It is also a yes, Sharon.
It's also an antioxidant, right? Yeah.
Isn't there
And-
something else?
Yeah, and it's an antimicrobial too. Yeah.
I got another auntie.
Yes. No, not parasites. Well, maybe, no. Something with worms. No?
More
Am I
like
off?
mushrooms.
What?
It's an antifungal.
Yay!
You said worms, I said mushrooms. It's fine.
Antifungal, yes.
And as an aside, maybe I don't want to, maybe I should stop with the asides because I don't want to wreck Amy's like next questions, but someone really smart in the natural health world in Plexus made the comment when she read about ProBio CA that the antifungal in ProBio CA is more or is stronger than a regular Canesten or nystatin treatment that you would be getting at a pharmacy. So just so you know, fun fact. All right, Amy.
Okay, this one was very important yesterday. What does NFR mean?
Sherry.
Not for resale.
I was gonna say it's short for do not post on your public pages in Canada.
Correct. Short for read all those little things that you sign before you go to buy your NFR. I
Mhm.
discovered that I have people that actually have never read that. They're like, oh my goodness, that's why we're gonna have a little challenge figuring this out.
Mhm. You know, that might be a really good one for next week to be like, tell me one of the things that it says when you go to click shop US products for personal use. What is one of the things you're agreeing to?
Yeah, I think I'm on that for one of these rounds.
I think so too. I think that would be really good. So that's a little hint for all of y'all. Like y'all should know. Anyway, okay, keep going. NFR.
So, where do you go to start an NFR order?
Besides your computer, because that would be a better option. Sherry.
Log into your back office, you go to my account, and as you go down from my account, you will see order from the US in red. And after you click on it, that's when you get to agree to all those little things.
There you go.
Hmm.
Is that like I did not read the
Awesome.
terms and agreements or terms of whatever, and I clicked the box anyway?
Yeah, I think that might be.
It might be. All right. Are we still going?
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
What does Plexus list as the key ingredient for Slim HC?
Amanda.
Is that right? I was gonna say fiber.
Is that fiber?
What kind of fiber?
I don't know.
In the pretty little book,
Sharon.
I'm just throwing.
it lists. Does anybody
insoluble
else
fiber.
have their hand up to answer that part?
I did.
Sure
but
does.
I don't know if it's right. Insoluble fiber.
show you something?
It's just my guess.
Can I show you something?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody else?
I had to go look because I was like, Nicole.
The first thing on my info sheet is polydextrose.
Yep.
Yep. And that's such an important one for us to understand and get people to understand too, because we are taught that anything that ends in an ose is a sugar, right? And this is a fiber, like a vegetable fiber, right? So there have been quite a few times that I've had to tell somebody about that. Amy, do you have anything else to add?
That was it.
That's wonderful. Sherry's the winner again. So guess what kind of question she's asking next week? Oh, come on. You're excited because you've already got questions in your mind.
Shoot. Well, everybody better study up the NFR list.
Well, when you asked us how many products were on the NFR, that one was a stumper. Man, living.
That was a surprise.
Anyhow, so excited. How many of you guys got your or decided to order the LTO of the cranberry apple cider? I kind of dropped a hint last week when I was like, we will do anything for a cup. We will do anything for a cup. The cup is great. It looks very nice. I'm excited about that. Do you know why? Sorry, maybe you don't care why I'm excited about it, but I get really excited when they add new flavors like this, like so close together, right? Because I'm like, maybe we will be expanding our flavors and they'll do the LTOs more often. And then you get maybe you don't love pineapple lemongrass active like Cam does, right, Diana? But it's good for a little refreshing whatever, right? I have to share, I don't know if somebody else shared this or not. I am drinking a concoction tonight, not quite as concocted as Doris and Sherry make. I still can't I just can't do it. If you guys weren't here last week, they literally put everything in the cup and it can't be clear because it will not look terribly good. Guys, I'm really liking HC with 1 scoop of Hydroplex and 2 scoops of collagen. That's a lovely evening beverage. So anyway, thank you so much, Amy, if you're still here. Yes, for putting that together for us. It's awesome. I love learning new things. And this is way easier to learn and make it stick in your brain than regular product knowledge stuff. Okay, so tomorrow is December 1st. It is the end of Q4. And we are headed into doing another IPA challenge. End of Q4 is in December, end of December. The end of the year marks the end. Yes. Sorry if I'm not saying it quite right. You cannot end the quarter until the end of the year. That is not what, yes. End of Q4. So we still have another month in order to earn Leaders Retreat and prizes. So excited about that. Huge congratulations to Laura Clausen. She is our earner for Leaders Retreat. Congratulations. So excited for her. We'll have an announcement coming up really quick so everyone can congratulate her. But just keep on going, guys. You never know, those retention credits just really get like your retention credits, your rank retention credits, your re-rank credits, your like all of those things are still coming in. So, and I'm really excited. I've just started to see Canadians post about their sprint prizes that are starting to come in. So if you are expecting them, watch your mailbox, stalk the mailman, whatever you want. So we have a treat for us tonight. I am going to ask Linda. Okay, first of all, Linda has better internet. So I just want to share with you that this was a gift that she decided to give all of you. Because before, if you didn't notice, Linda couldn't talk and be seen at the same time. And now, as a book club on Saturday morning, she could talk and be seen at the same time. It was so great. So Linda has really honed some amazing habits with her business. And I want her to share a little bit about one of the ones that is making her so successful with her people. Linda, why don't you talk to us about that?
Well, what I am doing is the support chats, putting people in a support chat, and kind of how it started is how it should have started, because I would ask Sherry information and she wouldn't tell me. She would send me to where I was supposed to look. So that was good. So I learned where everything was supposed to be, and I learned where to look. But then lots of times there were still questions and things that I didn't know and people were asking me about. So I would ask them if it's all right to be put in a chat with I would say with a wise lady that I know. Because she's very knowledgeable, and I really appreciate that. And most of them say yes. I've had a couple say no, it's fine. You can look after what I need, but then I'll put make a chat with Sherry, and in the chat then I will put what they are looking to improve. And I will say that so-and-so is looking for this, and Sherry, what do you suggest? And that, and maybe do a little introduction. I have forgot that sometimes and then felt bad because I just wanted to help them. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing.
That's awesome. Sherry, did she miss any pieces that Sherry's going to unmute? We're going to pull more information out of Linda.
Well, she that really is the basics, Linda.
It is the basics.
But she's really good at making me valuable to the person's health journey in how she introduces me, which is really, really helpful in terms of the person feeling more comfortable and confident. And then often, and I know this happens, the person will go around that chat and ask her a question directly. And Linda is amazing at just coming back into that chat and saying, this person's asking about this, Sherry, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives me a chance to ask a few more questions, dig out a little bit more information. And quite often then we give some ideas there. But then quite often I go back around direct to Linda and say, this resource or this idea would help you provide that gal with a little bit more background for the information or a little bit more detail on this. So really the goal as it goes is she makes me into the third party expert. And I'm able to turn around and make her into the valuable resource for that person who has information, has support. So it really works both ways in terms of her client, then we'll say, feels more supported from Linda.
Totally. And you said some such key things there. We talk about third-party validation with Plexus, but sometimes we stop and we don't think about the fact that we need to build somebody's trust in the third party, right? And so when we say it's third-party validations, Health Canada, well, that's kind of this governing body that everybody thinks is so knowledgeable. I mean, we know completely differently at times, but here's the other thing. So if Linda has a problem on her team with somebody, maybe not with their health, maybe with their business, but she has been constantly saying, well, Sherry is just so wise and she told me this, or let's get in that chat with Sherry and let's, whatever. She is creating this bridge to a relationship with Sherry that she wouldn't normally have had with these people. And now Sherry has been given the respect that she totally is due. And so then she will be able to turn around and help Linda in other ways if Linda has problems. So if you hide your upline from your people because you either don't want to bother them, think that you can handle it on your own, like all of those things, you are completely robbing yourself of that helpline, that extra hand when you need it. It has happened before where there are ambassadors who don't use an upline chat, don't use that extra support, and then they're in trouble and somebody is like, they're going to quit, they're going to whatever. But the confidence hasn't been built in the upline to be able to come in and be like, hey, right? Alternately, I've seen it happen where the confidence has been built and you could just come in and say exactly the same thing as the other person has already said, and they hear it differently and they're like, oh, right? But it also, when you come in there, when Sherry comes in and says the same thing that Linda just said to that other person, because Linda's told them that Sherry's really smart and Sherry's told them the same thing that Linda told them, in actuality, it just showed how smart Linda is. And so that person should believe Linda more, right? And they should have confidence in her, right? And that's how third-party validation works. All of these things are to our betterment, right? Sherry, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's really good because I think that's the piece that we don't even sometimes think about. And it's not always upline. Sometimes it's a sideline that's posted something that's the third party validation. But it does, when it matches what you've said, it makes everybody look better. Everybody gains.
Absolutely. And I really do feel like it does because we all represent Plexus. When they start to see value in all of us, as support, not necessarily as a dictionary, right? Because not everybody is going to have the same breadth of information in their brain, but we know how to find the info, right? Like Linda talked, Sherry's was already teaching her how to find all the information, right? But we represent Plexus as brand ambassadors, right? The more belief they have in us as brand ambassadors, the more belief they're going to have in the company, right? And especially if we are making sure to solve problems and show them how Plexus will make things right all the time. So thank you so much, Linda, for sharing that. And that actually leads me right into the next topic. And we're actually going to talk really quickly about chat etiquette, which I kind of forgot that we were going to talk about, but it really does flow really nicely in here. At the beginning, when we started let me just back up for 2 seconds. You do not need to have 6,000 three-way chats. You don't need to have that many. You can have, sometimes it happens where you've got somebody who's brand new, who's sponsoring somebody, and then you end up in those. But when the person gets their feet underneath them, you can be like, you know what, I think you guys have got this handled from here. I'm just going to step out. If you ever need me, you're more than welcome to throw me back in this chat. And I would love to come and be a pair of eyes for you, right? That more so is when you guys are getting to like the senior gold level, the ruby level. You don't need to be in everybody's three-way chats, but there are some exceptions that you may choose to be, and that's completely up to you. But just remember that overwhelm is a thought, and you can choose to do with that whatever you'd like. So yeah, there's that. So chat etiquette. Sherry and I were talking about this on our drive where she had to take a lot of mental health support supplementation apparently in order to drive with me. And we actually came to this conclusion that when we started chats, we were just doing it because it was brand new to all of us. So there was no expectation or etiquette that could be outlined because nobody actually knew what we were doing. And it just has kind of evolved from there over the last 4 or 5 years, right? And so now we're in this really awesome position where we have so many people that we can actually make outlines and thoughts and expectations. So this is very interesting to me. Because it was so second nature to me as to what the expectations were. And Sherry's just so great at being like, she's the why and the how person. So I'm like, okay, let's outline this, right? So we have the silver and above chat for Grow. Okay. That tends to be sort of like the hub of all things. So I want you guys to look at that chat because I'm looking at all of you guys and you're all in there and it's so great. Okay. That is when people go silver on our team, they can be added to that chat. The first thing I would say is show them how to turn off the notifications because that chat tends to be busy. And if somebody has just joined the world of chats, their brains might explode. So we don't want that. So in order to keep that from happening, you show them how to mute the chat and then encourage them to check in once a day if they want to. And if there's anything pertinent, you will help them find the pertinent information for the first little while, right? So the information that should be going into that chat are things that are going to serve silver ambassadors. So now I am talking to you amazing leaders who are senior silvers and like silvers as well, but golds and senior golds, that if there is a piece of information that you feel that a silver should know, that is a great place to put it. Now, let's have an example. So someone is a gold ambassador and they have a question or something like that, that really a silver might be a little overwhelmed by. Overwhelm is a thought, but we're talking small things, right? So maybe you have, maybe the website isn't working. Maybe the website isn't working to sign up a new ambassador. A person would not automatically go to the silver chat where we have brand new baby silvers. We have some old hat silvers, but we've got some brand new baby silvers in there who maybe have just gone silver and they think that the world is rosy and fantastic. And then we hear that there's website issues. Oh my gosh, there's website issues. And they're going to take our credit card information and they're going to buy 3,000 bags of pink drink. No. So if you notice that there's a website issue, I would encourage you to go to, if you are a gold, go to the gold chat and say, hey, has anybody noticed that the website is doing this weird thing here? And Sharon is going to say, oh yeah, I was just signing up my 6th person this month. And I noticed that it was a little sluggish around this screen, but I called customer service or I used the chat line and this is what I found. Okay. So let's say that, I don't know, Diana is the one that came in with the question. So then Diana is actually going to go into the silver chat. Are we all following me now? She's found out from Sharon and she's going to say, oh, that's great. I'm going to go try that myself. So she goes and tries, she gets in with the live chat, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, you know what? There might be a silver ambassador here that's trying to sign somebody up. And I bet they would want to know how to go about going around that problem. So I'm going to go into the silver chat and I'm going to say, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know, today I was doing a sign up and I noticed that the website was doing this funny thing around this page. And so I needed to tell you what I found. So this is what I found to help this situation. So if you're trying to do a sign up today and you encounter this, try this. Okay. So the silver chat is to help the silvers navigate and find solutions for their growing business. Okay. So if you have a question or a concern or anything like that that doesn't have a solution to it yet, we want to be really careful what we put in there because we want to make sure everything is solution oriented. These people are still building their belief in the company. We're using the silver chat as third-party validation to help build belief. Can there be problems? Absolutely, but we are solution-oriented people. And we want to make sure that we have a solution. Okay. If you are in a chat that is, well, sorry, I should say this. If you notice a chat pop up that is your highest achieved rank chat, and something pops up in there, probably that information is really important because it wasn't appropriate for another level of chat. And so if you're in a gold or senior gold chat, if you're in a senior gold chat and the senior gold chat pops up, you need to go, oh, I should really open that because I bet that that's important, right? When our jewel chat pops up, I'm like, oh, I should probably read that. The Canadian jewel chat, maybe there's something that's going on. Maybe there's something exciting that's being launched tomorrow for only Canada for 12 days. And it's really, really exciting. And you guys should watch for more information. And had I not opened that chat today, I wouldn't have known that, right? If I would have thought, Ken is probably just sending GIF after GIF after GIF, which never happens because Ken doesn't do social media, but it's a really good thing that I opened that chat, right? Do you guys kind of understand how this goes? So what we want to make sure we're doing is we're wanting to be solution seekers and we're wanting to be value adders, especially for those people that are just starting out in the business, right? Does that make sense? Sherry, did I miss any piece of brainchild that we had in the car? Because I was driving and couldn't write.
I really do think that covers it. And I just realized that, I mean, Plexus chats were the first chats I had any experience with. I was clueless. I had no idea about them. And so having a little bit of understanding about how they work and the expectations is huge for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm actually going to ask Diana to share something because she has been rocking her IPA challenge. She's been really loving it. And guys, who knew that this was a tool? Remember I've talked about systems, like systems and tools being like scary 4-letter curse words to me sometimes because my brain does not think. Jimmy Lou's like, yeah, don't say system to me and have me not break out in hives. And then we've got other people that are like, give me all the systems and the rules, right, Sharon? She's like, just give me the way that they go. I will know. And we want to serve you guys with that. But the IPA challenge is a system because it shows you what you need to do in a day in order to move the needle forward. And I love that Diana's been able to be more consistent with this particular area in her business. And so I want her to share a little bit more about filling her funnel.
Okay, well, what I have been doing is making sure since the challenge started that I add one new friend every single day. I don't feel like I've exhausted my friends or my family list, but I feel like a lot of them are on the fence and I wanted to move my business forward and I didn't know how to do that. So I thought, you know what, I am just going to, I don't want to be stuck and I am going to connect with people. And so, you know, I started friending strangers and I didn't just go and hit the friend button. What I was doing is I went into Facebook and there is a spot in there that says people you may know. And I started checking out their profiles and seeing if we had anything in common. Maybe they're a grandma, maybe they're a mother of girls. Like I just started checking out to see where I could connect with them. And if they look creepy, then I probably am not going to friend request them just because that's not my nature at all. And if I happen to friend request someone that might be creepy, I just unfriend them. Like it's super, super easy. Actually, I've already added 26 new friends throughout this challenge. When I started, I had 582 friends and I now have 607. And so what I do is I will friend them and then I will wait a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and I will send them a message and just say, thank you for accepting my friend request. I'm looking for new friends to connect with and I want to get to know you a little better. Tell me about yourself. And sometimes they don't answer. That's okay. I'm okay with being ghosted. So I'll wait again 2 or 3 more days and then I will go back in and I'll just say, okay, I understand. You might think I'm creepy. I'll go first. And then I will explain to them you know, I'm married, I have 2 girls and 6 grandchildren. I live in Canada, et cetera, and just keep the conversation going. Lots of times, if it gets stalled and I kind of get stuck and I'm like, okay, this is going on long enough, I need to bring up the business end of it. And so I'll just reach out to them. And usually in between there, I have found out, you know, maybe they have headaches, maybe they get migraines, maybe they're overweight, whatever it is. And then I will just reach out to them about the business and talk to them about, you know, how I could help them, and just kind of take it from there. And that's been working for me. I am super busy with follow-up and whatnot. I probably do, I don't know, 10, 12 follow-ups a day, just and connecting. And that's just on the IPA challenge. So I'm really excited to get going again in December, even though we are not finished with November yet. But I find that adding one new person is adding a lot of value, and I'm not finding that I'm running out of people to talk to.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Way to go. I'm so proud of you for doing that, because I'm sure that you guys have looked at an IPA sheet before, maybe not this one, but you've looked at one and there's been that one spot that you're like, well, this looks good. And I'm going to save that one for last. And sometimes it's filling our funnel, right? Because we have to step out and do something that's scary. And I love, Diana, that this has just really become part of your daily, you know, method of operations, whatever you want to call it. Sherry, what is it that you call it? It's the thing I can never remember. Not MOD.
Impact producing activity.
SOP. No, what's that?
Yeah, standard operating procedure.
Standard operating procedures. And I really feel like filling our funnels needs to be a focus. And you know what? December is a super easy time to fill your funnel, because guess what you can talk to them about? The pictures that they've posted about their Christmas decorations, or the baking that they're doing, or I don't know, the fact that they don't have anything put up. I'm not sure, like anything. December just seems to be a really cool month to be able to connect with people. So I want to put out a challenge with this to grow. Okay. Do you guys all have a pencil? Do you all have something to write on? And it's just going to be a like honor system kind of challenge. It's sort of like a piece to your IPA challenge sheet that I want to encourage you to do. So I want you guys to find one Facebook group. One Facebook group. Just one. Just one. For the entire month of December. Commit to going into that group and adding value and commenting and connecting with people. Just focus on one group, right? And I will bet you that after a few days, you are able to at least add one friend out of that group every day. And it won't quite be the random friend suggested for you. Somebody just joined Facebook 27 minutes ago and you should probably add that person. Scary. That's a tip off, by the way, if anybody's wondering. Look at the length of time that they have had Facebook. But the other thing too can be Instagram. Maybe you choose a hashtag or a niche that you are going to look at specifically for a month. It depends on which side you want to grow more. And that's where you want to spend your time. You want to spend your time interacting, talking to people, all of those things. So if we can do that, I know that with the skills that you have started to put into place with, or continued to, with this IPA challenge in November, and then going into December and adding this piece on there, guys, our business is like 60 to 90 days out. Guess what you're seeding right now? I'm so excited to see what Diana has seeded in the month of November start to sprout here in December and in January, right? Oftentimes when we look back at our businesses, when we're like, hey, things aren't quite going the way that I wanted them to, you look back 90 days and go, what was I doing 90 days ago? And oftentimes that will be the most clear indicator as far as what it is, like the reason why things aren't going the way that you want them to. So if you have not signed up for the IPA challenge yet, I shouldn't even say this because it's whatever date. I have heard that there are people that are still joining. So if you want to join, please do. I think it all just kind of caught us all by surprise because it was like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We weren't finished the challenge. We wanted to get things going. We wanted to get people in, and people are like, whoa, wait, what a second. What am I doing? So if you are one of those people like I tend to be, don't worry about it. Send the PayPal transfer to Andrew. I haven't heard that they're totally closing it yet. And then we are just going to flow straight through into the next one. Guys, I think that Cheryl Norleen is going to win top points. Like seriously, I am so excited for her. And she has worked her tuchus off. Sherry, we just a couple minutes. Would you just talk about I'm sorry, I didn't give you a heads up on this and I had thought about this earlier, but Cheryl did some cool stuff in getting prepared for this table that she did. Is there anything of note that people should understand about what she did and how she did this? Like if they want to get involved in, because she isn't here. I cannot blame her because she's running an event and she's like, go ahead.
I guess the first thing I would say is don't expect a lot of signups when you're first meeting people. Now, Agribition happens to be a place where she knows a lot of people. It's her world. She's an agricultural producer. It's an ag event. So she knows the language, she knows the people. It's very easy for her to talk to people. She did not expect to get a lot of signups from it. What she expected to do was create visibility, to be present, to make that contact touch with some people who've been watching her for a long time and with people that she hasn't connected with recently. So yes, she prepared something they could take home with them. So a bag that had Plexus on it. She prepared a postcard to put in it that had a special for the month of November. She purchased pens with Plexus on to remind them of the Plexus name. Her goal was to make Plexus visible and connect. She made a decision to make an incredible draw prize that she knew would appeal to the people that were attending. And she's got like a stack of contact names, emails, phone numbers that she's been going through. She ran an event in her group, so she's been putting people into her group. She had a funnel system set up to put people into her group to then run an event. We're going to do an event. We're going to do basically that same event on our Facebook pages tomorrow. And then we're running into a 12 days of Christmas event as soon as we know what December is bringing so that we can follow up on the momentum that she created. She purchased 600 bags to hand out at Agribition and handed out all of them by noon on Saturday. She worked really hard.
Yes, she did. And in the bag, if you guys missed that, it was a really simple bag. It wasn't super fancy. It was a trifold brochure that was the products. It was a postcard that was her and the pen. And then if she gave them samples, which if they were going to engage, then she would pick the samples and put them in. She had flats of water underneath her table because with COVID, you can't sample or whatever, but she could give them a bottle of water and a sample stick. She did invest a lot of money into this but she is looking at the long-term gain, right? So to do an event, you wouldn't have to do it quite that large, but you could take pieces of this. And I think that the most important piece is the funnel system. How everybody's getting in and then they're layering information. The other piece that I always find really interesting, and the draw slip that they had made up, that Sherry made up actually forever ago. I don't know if it was for our Moose Jaw event or if it was for something else, but at the bottom of the slip, it says, I'm struggling with, and you can pick like, there's not many, but there's a couple things that typically people struggle with, like GI issues, if it's, you know, all of those kinds of things. And the number of people that would just honestly, almost absent-mindedly, like as they're talking to you and filling out their form, just be checking off the things that they're struggling with, right? They're so willing to tell you. Even if they don't want to put their phone number down, they'll tell you what they're struggling with. It's really interesting. So yeah, it depends on how you run it, and you can grab a buddy and do something like that. But guys, we need to start getting back face-to-face wherever we can. So hats off to Sherry, who did a lot of work with her, and Amy and Cheryl and all of her team for going and visiting the booth. It's great. It was so fantastic. All right, guys, we've got another, what, hour and a half? Are we back to that point now? Central time, Eastern time is an hour ahead. Yep, we got like another hour and a half. I would really encourage you guys, if you're looking for a vein of stuff to talk about on your feed, would be how Plexus is going to help you through the holidays. And really talking to people about things like Block and HC Slim and shakes. I remember Sharon saying once, when she was living in Europe, all of these French women stayed really, really teeny because they didn't eat like a ton during the day. If they knew that they were going to go and have a large meal in the evening, they would kind of bide their time and have soups and what. Sharon, I don't even remember when you were telling me this, but it was very enlightening. It was very interesting, right? And so having lean instead of, you know, having sandwiches or crackers and cheese or whatever for lunch before you're going to go and have a huge turkey dinner is a brilliant idea, right? So thinking about the season and all of those things, and BioCleanse, because, you know, carbs and the stuff, everybody needs to poop. That would be a really funny post, you guys. If you want your family gathering to go better, you want everyone to have some patience, pass around some BioCleanse about 3 days before. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Linda and Diana and Amy, and Sherry's going to be back next week with another wonderful rendition of our Now You Know It. Maybe that's what we need to start calling it. Now You Know It. I think that that would be perfect. Now, oh, and will not forget, shameless plug, not so shameless, our 21 Laws of Leadership. Just loving it, you guys. Oh, sorry, we should plug really quickly. So this is actually going until the end of January. And I think we've said this before, end of January. And the last week in January, we're asking you guys to give us your feedback on what law really stood out to you, what you have grown in, all of those things. So we won't actually have a chapter, but then we're going on to the 5 levels of leadership in February. So if you happen to not live by a bookstore and you are wandering through one and you see a Blue Maxwell book and you think maybe I should buy that, this is the one that you should buy for February. This, is a great precursor to this, which is why we did it first, because they will reference this often in this. And we have the recordings up. One of them is trying to be recorded right now or converted right now. And they're all up in the post in the Leader Lounge for you to listen to if you want to listen along. It's on Audible, it's on YouTube, it's kind of everywhere. So refresh your brain and join us on Saturday mornings, even if you never have. We would love to have you. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much. And we will see you. Good luck for the next hour and a half. Let's go see what we can do.